Hello and welcome to my tarot corner. So every day there are new things that come up, and even if I do want to do something that is a little bit different, and as some subscribers wrote to me, you should start doing things that are a little bit different and not so much Harry and Meghan. And I really wanted to do, I planned on doing a reading regarding Angela Kelly and what is she going to do, and is she going to publish a book, and will this book enlighten us in everything that the Queen thought about Harry and Meghan, and will she expose things that maybe the royal family doesn't want us doesn't want exposed. So I really meant to do that, but then came this article in the Daily Mail that I will link below, telling us that Harry and Meghan are in contact with Netflix to go and do a docuseries in South Africa, where they are helping with building projects on one hand, and on the other hand, Meghan will be helping women, helping them medically, with everything that is connected to going into labor. Now, this really, really made me angry in words that I just cannot start to express, because you know that I am a medical doctor. And even as a medical doctor, I am a pediatrician. I would never dream of giving women advice regarding labor. And I myself gave birth 3 times, completely natural, without epidural, because I couldn't take epidural. I would have if I could, but I couldn't, because when I was a child, I went through back surgeries, and I just couldn't get epidural. So I went through 3 completely natural labors. So I know a little bit about labor, and just put aside the fact that none of us is really sure that Meghan herself went through labor. But even if she did, what qualifies her to give any advice regarding labor? She never studied that. She has no qualification whatsoever. So what exactly is she going to teach the women in South Africa that have so much more experience than she does? Now, if you listen to Bookworm 2, and I will link her video about it in the description box, and since my parents lived in South Africa for 2 years, that was more than 25 years ago, but it's still true today. The medical practice in South Africa is one of the best in the world. And if you're just, I don't know if you know, but the first heart transplant in the world happened in South Africa. My father, when they lived in South Africa, had a heart attack, and I went there to be with them when that happened. So I took a flight to be with them. I witnessed the medical profession there. He was first in a private hospital, and then he was moved to another hospital. So I saw the doctors there. I saw the way that they treat people. I saw everything. And let me know. And I was a medical student there. And let me tell you that they could teach me a few things, and they could teach many doctors here a few things. And then since my mother was an Aliyah messenger, or that I don't know how to call it. It's called Shaliach Aliyah, which is this is a function of the Hebrew agency to help Jews that want to come to Israel. And at that time, it was just after the regime in South Africa changed, and many Jews were trying to get out of South Africa. Many wanted to come to Israel. So my mother helped many doctors to move from South Africa to Israel, and I myself was taught by quite a few doctors that moved from Israel to South Africa. From South Africa to Israel at that time. So I can tell you that the medical profession in South Africa doesn't need Meghan Markle to give medical advice to women on how to give birth. So that really made me so angry that I just said, okay, so Angela Kelly will have to wait, and she could wait until after the coronation if need be, and I just have to do this reading today. So, okay, so I'm going to look into this. I'm going to use the freestyle reading that I took from the 1001 tarot spread book that I showed you yesterday, and I already was asked exactly what is the title of the book, so I will show you the title. It's 1001 Tarot Spread. I will put it in the description below, and just to show you how it works, so it starts with a 1-card spreads, and then 2-card spreads, 3-card spreads, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and multi-card spreads. And then it goes by all sorts of subjects like love and commitment, spreads for overcoming difficulties in love, reconciliation and ending destructive relationships, prosperity and money-making spreads for solving difficulties with money, career spread, business spreads, etc., etc., etc. It's a really, really comprehensive book, and when you're going on the 1, 2, 3 from 3-card spreads and going on, you have the 3-card unstructured reading to answer any question on any topic. So this is the first the beginning of this unstructured reading that can answer any question or on any topic. So you begin with 3 cards, and then you can build on top of that. So if you're going to the 4 cards, then you use the 3 cards, and then you take a 4th card as a crowning card. And then if you want to go to the 5 cards, you can start with wait a minute here. So there is the horseshoe spreads that you can use, and there is where is the unstructured one? Okay, let me see, because there is an unstructured. Okay, so there is one in the 6th card that is built upon the 3 cards. And then as you read the cards, consider what you feel about each card and its picture. Combine the information like a story, card by card, until card 6 that the answer falls into place. So this is these spreads can be used when you have all sorts of questions, and when you can just use this. And I think that the horseshoe spread is a very good spread also to use if you want to look into one one thing. So in this instance, we're looking at, first of all, what the sussexes want, and what do they want to achieve. And I will look at Harry, if he does want that, and at Meghan, if she does want, what does she want to achieve from that. Then I will look at Netflix. Now remember that there is this Invictus game documentary that still didn't come out, that Netflix put in quite a lot of money, and I understand that they had to reshoot quite a lot of it. So what do Netflix feel? How do they feel about putting in another project? This is a very pricey project, if I'm not mistaken, in the hands of the Sussexes. And then the people of South Africa, how will the people of South Africa feel about a thing like that? And then we will end with the top of the let's say the what will happen, well, how will it pan out, or the result. And as expected, I'm using the Medicine Woman Tarot deck. Now, this deck comes in two ways. It comes as a deck, and it comes as a Medicine Woman deck and book. And the book is very comprehensive from what I understand. But it makes this deck very, very much more expensive to buy it with the book. So I thought that I will get the deck first, and then I will try finding the book alone, because it is possible to just buy books of decks without buying the deck with it. And just buy the book if I can find it in a lower price. So I'm still looking for it, and when the time is right, I will get it. And when the time is right means that when I have the time for it, because right now with everything that is going on here, I really don't have the time for it. Tomorrow is the day that we are going to have big demonstrations here. It is called the Day of Equality, National Equality, because there are very big inequalities here. And I started talking about it in my first talk that I did about the situation here. And if you want me to do another talk about it and talk a little bit more about the difficulties here and the inequalities, I will. Okay, so before I start, please take a few moments to read my full disclaimer in the description box. This is a tarot reading. It is vibrational. It is open to interpretation. It exists as assumptions and speculations, and as such, may or may not be true, so please do your own research and decide for yourselves. Okay, so clearing the deck. And let's start asking. Okay, so Harry and Meghan are talking to Netflix about leading a project of a documentary in South Africa regarding building projects, and Meghan helping women in South Africa in everything connected to birth. Meghan being this medical consultant regarding pregnancy and birth, and Harry helping with building projects. So what does Harry want to achieve, if anything? What does Meghan want to achieve from this project? How do Netflix feel about this project? How do the people of South Africa feel, and how will they react to Harry and Meghan coming and doing this documentary in their backyard? So, and what can we expect in this project? How will it pan out? So, Harry and Meghan's project in South Africa with Netflix regarding building projects and giving birth. Meghan, Harry, Netflix, South Africans, how do they all feel? What will their reaction be, and how will it pan out? What can we expect from this project? Will it come to fruition? Okay, so cutting the deck. And after I'm doing this, after I finish this reading, I'll see how long it takes me. But then I will do a tarot reading from today until the end of the week. I will do a tarot reading in the end of every reading, one tarot, just to see if Harry is coming to the coronation or not. Okay, so first card is Harry. What is Harry expecting to achieve from this project, if anything at all? And we're getting the Three of Stones. It's really kind of amusing to get the Three of Stones because we are talking about a building project, and the Three of Stones, that's the Three of Pentacles. Three of Pentacles, that is the card of recognition and reward. And this is what he expects to achieve. He wants to be recognized. He wants to get the reward that he deserves. He wants to feel that he is working for the money. He wants to feel that he's doing something that means something. He knows that when he left the royal family, he actually wanted to do things that matter. So he feels that this is something that matters. So he wants to be recognized for doing something that is meaningful, doing something that matters. He wants to succeed in that field, and he wants to get the reward. And the reward could be monetary reward. The reward could be the fact that people will say that he's starting to do things that really matter. So that could be the egotistical side of the reward. But this is about going a step forward. This is about financial growth. This is about advancement. So he wants this. He feels that this is a step forward for him. This is a step forward in the things that he vowed to do when before he left the royal family, before he met Meghan, and afterwards. So he feels that this is a step in the right direction in the things that he wanted to do since before he even met Meghan. So this is something that really is something that he wants to do. Okay, so what does Meghan want? And Meghan wants apprentice of pipes. Okay, so pipes is wands. And in this instance, just look at the bird here. It looks like a flamingo. And it's funny because if you're watching Real Housewife recap, she has quite a few videos in which she shows how Meghan is has this stature of a flamingo, and A.G. Tudor calls her the pink flamingo, especially after what she wore for the basketball game in that pink, hideous pink outfit. And maybe it wouldn't have been so hideous if it wasn't so wrinkled, but it was not fitting. So she really does, even the posture, it looks like this flamingo. Anyway, the Apprentice of Pipes is it's the Page of Wands, and the Page of Wands is the eternal student. The eternal student is the one that jumps from one bandwagon to another bandwagon because he keeps looking for things that might work for him. So he's never really excited of anything that he does or learns or studies, because he keeps on looking for something new. So it's not, and you remember that I always say that Meghan is the Queen of Wands because she's a Leo and she's very egotistical. And the Apprentice, all of the pipes, all of the Wands family are egotistical. This is something that is going with all of them. And the Page of Wands is on top of being very with a problem of ego, he is someone who never finds anything that really excites him. So he keeps on jumping from one bandwagon to another bandwagon because he keeps looking for something that will excite him. So the Page of Wands has a good aspect because he is someone who wants to learn, who is open to new things, who keeps looking for new things. But the downside is that nothing really excites him, and because of that he's losing opportunities. Now with the Knight of Wands it's even worse, but this is her looking for new opportunities. So this is her looking for something new that will work for her. So she keeps with the tradition of jumping to the next bandwagon, and this is what she's trying to do. So she's trying to fly. As you can see, this bird is flying. She's trying to fly for the next bandwagon, and this woman is doing this yoga posture just like Meghan is doing her yoga. And this is a woman who is thinking about how is she going to go forward. So this is Meghan looking at the next thing that she can do to move forward. So this is what she wants. She wants to move forward. She's looking for the next project that might be the one that will help her to be, this will be the one. But as I said, this is jumping for the next bandwagon for her. Okay, Netflix. How do Netflix feel, or what do they think about putting this project in the hands of the harkles? And we're getting here the Hermit. Okay, so the Hermit, that means that, first of all, Netflix are not at all sure that they want to give this project to the harkles. They are looking at, maybe I'll put them this way. Okay, so they are looking at the harkles and, no, this way. So they are looking at the harkles and they are looking at the possibility of them doing this project, and they are saying, okay, we need to think about it. We need to go all the way and meditate about it and think about it. And after we meditate about it and think about it, then we will know whether or not we are going through with it. This card is not a great card for people that want to go for want to sign a contract, because this is a card of someone who is not at all sure that he wants to sign this contract. This person is a person that is looking for guidance. This is a person that is thinking about whether or not this is the right thing to do. This is a person that will go to the end of the world if need be to find the answers and the right answers for this for this question. So Netflix are not at all enthusiastic about that. So the Hermit is not a good card for this. The Hermit does have good sides, but not in this question. Okay, next card is South Africans. How would South Africans feel seeing Harry and Meghan coming to teach them things, whether it's buildings and whether it's giving birth? Okay, exemplar of balls. Let me just check. Okay, so the exemplar of bowls. Exemplar is king in this deck, and bowls, that is cups, of course. So, and you remember that although we see here this happy couple, the bowls or the cups, major arcanas, not major arcanas, I'm sorry, quote cards, are not very happy people. And the King of Cups is a very sad man. This is the deprived king. This is the king that feels that he's not being treated in the right way, that he is not getting what he deserves. And I believe that the people of South Africa will be angry at seeing Harry and Meghan if we are getting the King of Cups. That will say, they will come out and say, we don't want, first of all, them. This is about them saying we have our problems. We don't need the problems of people that have severe mental health problems. We don't want this. We don't want people that are not respecting us. We already had them, and this is not something that bringing them to South Africa. This is treating us with disrespect. This is depriving us from the real help that we need. This is not what we need. This is looking down to us. This is like, let me try to find this the right word for it. Okay, so I would say it's a feeling that they are being underestimated, that they are being belittled, and that this is treating them wrongly. So this is how the people in South Africa would feel, and I think that the people of Netflix need to realize that. And if you can see here, the woman here is with her back to the people of South Africa, and they need to turn around. It looks like Netflix are looking towards Harry and Meghan. As you can see, if we're looking at the direction of the cards, both Harry and Meghan are looking at the card of Netflix, and Netflix woman is, although she's partly looking at us, but she's also leaning towards Harry and Meghan. So this is something that Netflix should realize, that they should turn around. They should start looking at the people of South Africa and what the people of South Africa need. And as Bookworm 2 said, this is not what we need. This is not the kind of help that we need. So maybe they should start looking at the right kind of help that South Africa needs. Okay, so how will it pan out? What can we see for the result? And we get the Chariot. So that's interesting because the Chariot card has quite a few meanings. The main meaning of the Chariot card is that it's about fighting to get your dreams come true. Don't give up on your dreams. This could be now, as you can see here, this card is going outside from this reading. It's going outside from Harry and Meghan, but also from the people of South Africa. Harry and Meghan are kind of going towards the Chariot, so they really want to get their dreams come true. The people of South Africa don't really care about this Tokyo series, so this card is not so much about them, but I would say that because this card is going outside of this reading, I would look at the negative aspects of this card, and the negative aspects of this card is war. It's fighting. It's about going out for a war. So it looks like it's not going to go out. It's not going to be easy for Harry and Meghan to convince Netflix that they are the ones that should do this docuseries. This is the warrior, so they will have to be very aggressive. And let me remind you that the Chariot is a card of a very destructive love when we're talking about relationships, although this is not a relationship reading, but when we have a couple here, so it could also show us that there is a destructive love here. And as I say, it's a card of disagreements, it's a card of quarrels, tendency to give up and surrender. So when it's badly aspected. So they will go for a fight, but they might just give up in the end, because both of these cards are major arcana. So it seems like Netflix are going to be very difficult to persuade, and the fight is going to be very difficult to, it's going to be very difficult for them to fight for their dreams. Because if we had here the Seven of Cups, for example, which is more an earthly card and not a spiritual card, then I would say that it's easier for them to make their dreams come true. But because it's this Chariot, which is for one is about destructive love, and it is about war and quarrels, as well as about chasing the dreams and not giving up about your dreams, I would say that it's more difficult. And once again, because the Chariot is going outside of the reading, it seems like it's running away from Harry and Meghan. The dream is running away, the bird is flying away. Okay, so I'm going to put these cards here because when we do a Oracle reading, it's always after a reading, and we always use the rest of the deck. And this Oracle reading is going to be whether or not Harry is going to come to the coronation, or whether he's going to ditch the coronation at the last minute. So I'm going to, wait a minute, first of all, shuffle the cards. and clear the deck. And ask the universe to align the cards in the right way to answer my next question. Please align the cards in the right way to answer my next questions. Now, tarot can be made for one or more questions. In this instance, we're going to do one. So, is Harry going to ditch the coronation last minute? Let's see what we get. The answer is the Six of Pentacles. Okay, Six of Pentacles is a card that is a message card. This is not a yes and this is not a no. So we need to look at the meaning of the card to understand what it means. And the meaning of this card is about, first of all, receiving what we more than we deserve, and it is about about giving what you get. It is about getting what you giving and receiving. So if you give, then you receive. If you don't give, then you don't receive. And I unfortunately have a feeling that in this instance the meaning is a yes. So right now, and once again, this is true to the energies today. The energies today is that Harry is thinking about ditching the coronation, not coming last minute. And as I said, until today is Wednesday, so we do have Thursday and Friday, and so the next 2 days I will do the same kind of reading and see whether or not he's going to do that to get, he's going to ditch the coronation or not. And I'm not asking whether he's coming to the coronation, I'm asking whether he's ditching the coronation. Okay, so more and more people have a feeling that this is going to happen, and I do have to say that that subscriber of mine has been saying it for quite a long time, and she's been getting it with the pendulum and with tarot. So I need to take my hat off for her, because she's been seeing it a lot sooner than I did. Okay. I'm using the African Goddess Rising Oracle as an advice for the people of South Africa of how to deal with this, with the harkles if they do come. So let's clear the deck. Okay, so South Africans, how to deal with the harkles if they come with Netflix for a documentary that is belittling the South Africans. How should South African act if Harry and Meghan are coming with Netflix for a docuseries that is underestimating them and treating them with belittling and disrespectful? Okay, Queen of Sheba, secrets revealed. Interesting. So maybe they will reveal secrets. They should reveal secrets about the time when Meghan was there, when they were there. Interesting. Let's see what the card means. Okay, so the card means secrets are being revealed. It is safe to see the truth, and your inner vision is crystal clear. So it means that it is okay to reveal secrets if that means that this is a way of them dealing with the situation. So maybe things that happened while the harkles were there the last time, that the people there are keeping secret, and they need to come out with them. Okay, the next oracle deck is the Heal Yourself reading card, because it's, I think, ludicrous that Harry and Meghan think that they can heal other people when they need to first find a way to heal themselves. So I'm going to take a card just to see what they should actually do in order to stop pestering other people and start healing themselves. Okay, so clearing the deck. Harry and Meghan are trying to teach others how to heal themselves when they themselves need healing. Harry and Meghan are trying to tell others how to heal when they themselves need healing. So let's see what the card says. Patience. Okay, so I think that the message is mainly for us, not for them. But this is something that Meghan should be hearing as well, because the message here is you must develop patience in all areas of your life. And patience does not mean that you give up and do nothing. On the contrary, you need to be aware of several aspects of the circumstances that you are facing. Patience requires you to stop pushing, rushing, and creating potentially explosive situation. Instead, it asks you to see the bigger picture and become aware of the ingredients that might be missing. If you are impatient with a particular person or others, instead give them space. Avoid jumping to conclusions, that's true regarding her family as well, and making up dramatic story about a person or a situation without being aware of all the details. You have an opportunity to let go of judgment. Always look for the truth of the situation, not what someone is saying or doing, but why. Patience can be connected to a health condition you are recovering from, a new diet, or an exercise program you embarked on, or a new course of study you may have begun. So I think that this message is directed directly to Meghan. Okay, so this is it for this reading. I hope you liked it, and if you did, please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, leave me a comment, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.